Epstein voice notes leak, and we have more stories about JLo that's not resting, and why there's another musician that's being questioned about what is going on. Hey guys, it's Morali. Hopefully you guys are all doing well today. Daily and consistent content. Let's get straight into this video. So Epstein records, Epstein voice notes have leaked from a podcast. Somebody has decided to publish this information of him speaking in 2017. It is brand new information of Epstein, which to me is hilarious because over the past couple of years, all of these flight log lists and all of this information of him meant to come out, that's never come out, and anybody else being associated outside of Andrew, that's never really come out in those past 2 years, let alone since everything took place. But now someone suddenly is able to release a voice note of this man. This clearly tells us, guys, there's information on Epstein that they have of everybody else affiliated, but people are withholding this stuff and not releasing it without permission from certain executives. That's what it's giving to me. The voice note was basically Epstein admitting that Trump plays his people at their own so that they burn each other, and then he comes out on top and he basically poisons them, doesn't like XYZ, and will tell other people in his team that these people are bad, and basically the people will then turn on each other and he is meant to be unaffected. Obviously this has been released knowing the fact that the election is within 4 days when it's going to be announced, I believe, and so it's like, well, you know, this is going to try and turmoil him. It is very funny to me how, not that I'm a fan of Kamala Harris or Trump, to be honest with you, both of them I don't like, but for the fact that they're saying that every person attending Kamala Harris's campaign and endorsing her, you know, were part of this P. Diddy's party, or that's what it looks like. Well, then what is Trump, bro? Because Trump is out here hanging out with Epstein. They were besties. So somebody let me know. Somebody let me know, please. And Trump and Diddy were also seen together as well. So I'm also just very confused with how people are discussing this, because it does not make any sense to me, please. But these voice notes coming out now show to me that there's plenty of stuff with him with affiliation with other celebrities, but it's not being released on purpose. Now, moving on to JLo, Miss Jennifer Lopez. She can't escape this madness. She can't escape the madness. She cannot escape the madness. A former Playboy model claims she was at a Diddy freak-off with the soundtrack music from one of JLo's albums that Diddy loved. Kennedy, who appeared on the Daily Mail podcast, says that she thought she was going to a party, but then she arrived and the only person in the room was Diddy. She says she and her friends did coke, but Diddy did not. She and one friend went into a bedroom with him. He got naked and they gave Diddy consensual oral for about 20 minutes. When they walked into the hotel room, there was a music video playing on the TV, and it was JLo, and Diddy kept talking about how he was obsessed with JLo, how much he liked her, and etc. And I believe this was the time they were even going out together, and he was, you know, very much cheating on JLo. That's basically the short version of this story on TMZ, that he would speak about JLo in good moments during a freak off, and that he would play her music. She, you know, would be on the TV screen and all of that. To me, it is very interesting that he would choose to play his current girlfriend whilst he's having a freak off, whilst he's even cheating on her, whilst he's bringing these people back to places and lying to them. Her information or music is being there. Yet again, another story of JLo that somebody's coming out to speak about. If it's not JLo's ex, it's a, you know, a model, or, you know, somebody who's worked in that world, a sex worker. Who is texting me? Whatever you want to call it. And this is just going to be pissing her off even more so, because this is not what she needs at all. The stories aren't in a position where it's threatening her career right now, but if anything comes out by the court filings, then it's definitely going to impact her career and or whatever's left of it. But I just think that at this point it's not as bad for her, and you know, she's not going to say anything on Diddy. She's going to keep quiet, which is why when somebody asked her while she was signing stuff, she walked away straight away. She's not going to entertain any of that or ask any questions, because she does not need to right now, and her PR team are obviously telling her not to. Now, moving on swiftly to another story from Courtney Burgess, the person who obviously gave the information. There's conversation now about how there's going to be a big focus on this particular man. Following the surprise testimony and evidence of a new witness, Courtney Burgess, in the Diddy federal trial, the Southern District of New York attention is shifting to Diddy's associates who are allegedly on the tapes. One of the names is Calvin Broadus, better known as Snoop Dogg. The popular rapper is a close associate of Diddy. Both are front and center in a federal investigation against a criminal enterprise allegedly headed by Diddy. Wow. West Coast rapper Snoop Dogg's name has come up repeatedly in discussions of who's on the tapes. In a stunning interview with Courtney Burgess, it is alleged that Snoop Dogg appears on the tapes with none other than Diddy himself. Burgess goes on to call Snoop Dogg a house dog and a double agent that was jealous of Tupac's success, and stated that Snoop and Diddy were involved in Tupac's murder. Burgess was shot himself over 10 times on the 4th on the 4th of the 13th of April. Sorry, Americans do the month and the date the opposite way. I'll never know why. In 2020, in East Orange, New Jersey, in a hit he believes was ordered by Diddy. He was shot in the arm, leg and chest, injuries he still feels the repercussions of today. Burgess recently retained attorney Ariel Mitchell, as we know, and the federal grand jury subpoenaed him appears to be centered on media drives that were given to Courtney by an associate of Kim, Diddy's deceased ex-girlfriend. The drives are said to have video footage, as we know of. So, you know, it looks like that states that Snoop Dogg and Diddy were real close. The kids frequently went to each other's houses. In 1994, Snoop bought a home in Claremont, later adding to his real estate portfolio. Burgess goes on to say that Snoop's heralding as a mainstream media figure makes no sense given his criminal history. He points to him being charged in a murder as well as the rape of 2 girls as reasons enough for him not to be the face of the recent Olympics. Snoop was also accused of the R word in 2022, and the lawsuit alleged other victims were scared to come forward, fearing Snoop would threaten them. Snoop was previously represented in the 1996 murder trial by disgraced LA attorney David Kenner, who pled guilty to criminal contempt early this year in a complex case. So all eyes are on Snoop Dogg. Sources have stated that Snoop is involved in Diddy's criminal syndicate in more ways than one. As the federal case against Diddy expands, many speculate that other Diddy associates, including possibly Snoop, will be next on the indictment list. Many critics are taking a guess at who Snoop Dogg will hire, seeing that David Kenner is out of the picture. Mark Garagos, perhaps? Interesting. I feel like Sloan Bella did say herself that Snoop is going to go down very badly next year. So perhaps this is the beginning of it. Perhaps he could be dragged into this Diddy mess. Snoop being indicted, guys, would be absolutely crazy. I have to just pause for a minute, because that would be wild if he got indicted in this madness and he's head of the enterprise of this whole conversation. It is weird to me how there are certain celebrities who've been charged with stuff, accused with stuff that is insane, like Dr. Dre himself, how abusive that man has been, but yet he's still front and center in Hollywood, on the streets, on the award shows. He's absolutely fine. So it isn't surprising to me that Snoop would be the faces of stuff despite his history. Sometimes some people are able to bypass this stuff, and that, in my opinion, is because they are controlled by certain executives above them who allow things to be, and that is why I think it happens. I don't think that everything happens by chance or coincidence in this industry. I do believe things happen specifically for a reason. That is my definite 110% belief. There's no chance in this. You're allowed to be where you are in the industry because other people have allowed you to be. You are either a great cash cow, you've got way too much money to make, or you've signed off with the right people and you're controlled by the right handlers. Makes you think, doesn't it? It really does make you think. I want to add to the video that Jaden Smith, I believe his name is, and Justin Bieber were both actually quite close. Jaden obviously kind of latched onto Bieber. They became quite close as friends. They did even music songs together. They were seen together many a times, and perhaps they had a bond over a similar drastic, unnecessary experience. It does make sense to me that these two people will be listed in Courtney's list of people that has basically been revealed. At least we got one list from somebody, child, because I feel like we've been discussing anonymous names for a very long time, whether it's Epstein's case and saga or Diddy's saga. I just feel like we ain't get no celebrity names, and sometimes we need some. So I'm glad that this Courtney person came out of nowhere, gave us a list, and then ended up going to court 2 days later to give that list to the courts. I'm glad we got something, whether it's real or not. But the fact that he's gone to court and he was subpoenaed shows to me that there's some validity to his claims. But Jaden and Justin Bieber both having a friendship together, they could have trauma bonded, is basically what I wanted to say in regards to the horrific experiences they may have gone through in that industry, or with Diddy, or with any other person. Let me know your thoughts are, guys, when it comes to this. Do subscribe to the channel if you guys wish to. Send a super thanks if you guys wish to. There's a $sign there. You can send whatever you want. Subscribe, hit that notifications bell. And I really need to go to physio classes, because I don't know if anybody's had this pain. It's like the top is right there. It's like my shoulder bone right at the top right here is so sore. Even if I touch it, it hurts. I think I worked out something wrong and the pain will not go away, and it's been over a week. I don't know what it is. It's right here, that shoulder bone. It's like, what the hell? It's ridiculous. Anyways, I'll catch you guys soon for another video.